The health and safety monitor abides by a set of rules and regulations and best practices that keep the workers healthy.
Correct.
Is there a set of rules for keeping the residents healthy?
As a general question, yes, there are. Our projects, our construction projects are governed by the workers that are doing the work. So as a general question, I don't know if it's one of Bob's city projects, I'm not sure. Our projects are set up to protect the folks that are at ground zero. The easy assumption here is that anybody on the other side of the fence line is behind the workers, right? So the workers are at ground zero. These folks, as long as they're protective.
Well, we're at ground zero. We live here.
Well, understood. But even in a more concentrated look at the site, the workers are in the excavation. As long as those folks are protective, and this is based on regulations set forth by the regulators, and put into our work plans and signed off, we feel as though that's going to be our first line to say that everybody within the vicinity is protected.
So they work 8-hour days, right?
Correct.
And we live completely surrounded by this stuff and in this stuff 24 hours a day, except for the time that we take to go to work. So I would like to see the rules and regulations that are in place to protect the residents. I'm appalled that the rules and regulations are just to protect the workers, because they may be at ground zero, but we are also at ground zero.
Sure,
and
sure.
I noticed you spent a bit of time talking about the dust and the particulates in the air. And
yeah, so what I can tell you, Andrea, is that what I do as a project manager on this project is to make sure that my activities are not exposing workers or residents to anything, to anything that does not conform to our regulations, right? So that's my duty, that's my obligation. Now, your exposure to anything ambient or anything in this environment, I can't talk to. So my work plan,
so why are
based on this monitoring program,
why are people living here if you can't protect us?
Again, I can only tell you about my project, and my project conforms to the regulations, and that keeps you free of any exposure from what we've discussed today.
Can I just ask a quick question?
Sure.
From PSC. He talks a lot about perimeter monitoring. There's only one monitor that's assigned to the worker, I believe. And most of the monitors are around closest to the residents, upwind and downwind. Those are to protect the residents also, not just the workers. And we have action levels for general public protection, action level for dust. The air district has set that level.
The action level for dust is if the wind is sustained at 25 miles per hour for more than 5 minutes, correct? Above or at?
No, so
it's an 8-hour average, I think.
Yeah, so it's getting a little confused there. So 25 miles per hour is the wind speed at which our job shuts down. So
only if it's sustained for 5 minutes, because they work when it's blowing more than 25 miles an hour, but it's in huge gusts and it goes everywhere. It's wild out here.
Yeah, so the definition of wind speed is different from gusts, unfortunately. So wind speed, a sustained wind speed of 25 miles per hour, is where, from a construction standpoint, we shut down the job site, or the work for that day, I should say. Wind gusts, you are correct, can exceed 25 miles per hour. There are, in any given day, a gust that may exceed 25 miles per hour. So that's different from what Mendy's talking about. Mendy's talking about the PDRs that are on go back to the PDR slide. Actually, that's a good one there. So for instance, Site 32, I'll just use this as an example. Because although people don't live at the wastewater treatment plant, there are folks that we consider part of the public. San Francisco PUC, for instance, manages and operates this facility. They're as close as that you can get to our contaminated material. The wind direction is predominantly in this direction. However, we hang 2 PDRs on this fence line that is constantly being monitored in case there is a change in direction of the wind. And the wind were to switch 180 degrees and start blowing to the west, these 2 dust monitors will pick that up. If we have any dust that's picked up by those instruments, we shut down. Stop.
Every day I wash my car windshield, and every day my windows are coated with dust. My house is coated with dust, the screens in my windows are coated with dust. And I want to, for the record, say that I was sick last time, was it 2 months ago, with a bad headache. And now I have stomach problems for this meeting. It seems like every time I come to one of these meetings. And I haven't been sick since last Wednesday. I've been to the doctor, I'm getting antibiotics. I'm healthy as a horse normally. I eat organic food, and I get plenty of sleep, and I exercise, and I am 58, but I'm a healthy 58, but not living here. And I don't understand how you can let people live here when you're pulling radiation out of the soil and dioxins, where it only takes a molecule or two, breathing it or inhaling it or swallowing it, to make a person really sick or kill them. So.
Okay. Thank you, Andrea. Next.